Show me any six-figure business that doesn't have any employees. I'll wait. Because learning to leverage, whether it be AI or employees or humans, is one of the highest leverage things that you can learn in business to actually scale to where you want to get to. And after generating almost $1 million in the last 8 months for our clients who work as fitness coaches, I can tell you that we found the secret cheat code and the highest leverage thing that you can do in 2025 to scale your fitness coaching business for the least cost. But before we get into it, why should you even listen to me? Well, in January of 2023, I went from my 9 to 5 selling property to managing the sales team for a coaching company called Resellers Room. We sold a coaching program helping people make money online, and we sold 850 of these courses priced at £1,500 or just around $2,000. And that meant we did over $2 million in revenue in just 2 years. And here's a picture of me and the boys when we were all jumping on a PJ. Now, I wanted to actually run my own business though, so fast forward to June of 2024, I left the UK, started traveling the world and scaling high ticket coaching offers. I scaled a Forex offer to 50K per month, and then I actually signed my first fitness coaching client in December of 2024. And after having a crazy amount of success with him, I decided to go all in on helping fitness coaches scale. And today I run a business that makes 35K a month myself alongside my business partner, Marco. We've generated over $800,000 in client revenue for fitness coaches. We've done over 30 million views for our clients on Instagram. And if you add up all the followings of our clients all together, it totals over 2 million worth. And here are some of our clients. Savannah went from 2K a month to 15K a month in just 14 days. Rodney, 6K a month to 30K a month in 90 days. Xander, 0K a month to 12K a month in 30 days. Nate, 0 to 12 in 45. Aiden, 0 to 9 in 30 days. Ryan, 4 to 30 in 40 days. John, from 0 to 9 in 30 days with just 1,300 followers. And if you check out my Instagram, you'll see a bunch more of my results as well as all of my testimonials showing how much cash we've collected with ZM Consulting. Now, this lead generation method that I'm referring to is used in all of our clients as businesses, and this is the 10K a month virtual assistant explained. Now, people think virtual assistants are just tied down to doing the boring, repetitive tasks that no one wants to do, and they don't actually help drive revenue. But that is completely wrong, and that's just because you're utilizing them in the wrong way. And to quickly clarify, the Outreach VA only sends the opening message to a lead. They're not a DM setter who finish off the entire conversation. They send the opening DM, and if the lead replies, you finish off the conversation. And this is why it's better than having a DM setter, for example, because if you're a smaller client and you can't have a DM setter yet because you're not making 10K a month, you can have an Outreach VA who sends all these messages because of how cheap and effective an Outreach VA is. And this is why for much smaller accounts or people who are just starting out, or they've maybe only got 5 or 10,000 followers and they can't have a DM setter yet, the Outreach VA is the next best play. And even for our huge clients who have got hundreds of thousands of followers, we just have a Outreach VA and DM setter and have both. But for most of you guys watching this video, you're just gonna have the Outreach VA send the first message, and when the lead replies, you then finish off the conversation, and that way you're only dealing with the best leads instead of having to send those hundreds of outreach messages yourselves. It saves you hours of time. So we've implemented a virtual assistant into every single one of our clients' business, and what they do is they have a call booking SOP, and their actual role is called Outreach and Nurture VA. The responsibilities of an Outreach and Nurture VA are to cherry pick all of the leads that engage with your Instagram account, send them an outreach message to start the conversation, and any calls that get booked in, she will go to their Instagram profile and show them love on the day of the call by liking a couple of their photos and commenting. And this makes you look super authentic as a coach. And then they document all of the work so that you can clearly see how effective it is. And we've built this system for all of the coaches that we do work with. So this is how it looks. The Outreach and Nurture VA does the outreach with all of the engagement within your page. And then every time a call is booked, it will nurture those calls. And then all of that feedback goes into a performance tracker. And that is how you're going to be able to make 10K a month just from this Outreach VA strategy. And here's exactly why you need this Outreach VA. The Outreach VA cherry picks qualified leads, meaning there's no more unqualified leads in your inbox. You actually get your time back because sending those 100 outreach messages per day is just so time consuming, and you shouldn't be spending your time on low leverage tasks as a business owner. This is data driven outreach instead of having a burnt out DM setter or a burnt out coach doing it yourselves. And then this means all of the attention goes onto actually nurturing and booking the leads in instead of having to chase and find them. And this all results in 10K worth of fitness plans sold in a month, and you actually getting out of that feeling of having no motion and growth. And I'm being deadly serious here, right? DMs and conversations being had is the only way that you will start to get ahead. Every single business transaction since the dawn of time started with a conversation, whether it was in person, over DM, over calls. So the more conversations you have, the more business and the more sales you will make. It's just simple business. And this is exactly how the customer journey looks. You post every day and 40% of your viewers are going to be brand new eyes. 5K viewers is 2,000 new eyeballs daily. That might equal 10 new followers, 150 new likes, 5 new comments, and 20 new people engaging with your Instagram story. So that's 185 new people that interacted with your page. Your VA DMs the best, let's say 75 leads, because not all of them are going to be qualified. Maybe only 25 of them respond, and then 8 of them are actually super qualified, and 5 of them are down to hop on a call. 4 of them show up to the call, and the reason why 4 of them show up is because the VA did the call booking nurturing after they booked. 2 of them close for 1.5K because you have me and my team reviewing your sales calls, for example, and then that means you've collected 3K 2 times per week. And that means you're collecting 3K multiple times a week, easily pushing you over 10K per month, or in this exact scenario, it'll be 24K per month on these numbers. Now, the first step is to actually make a good hire. So you can use platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, for example, to find these VAs. However, we've got our own personal database full of hundreds of these people, because there's a big difference between a VA who's only ever been a VA in Excels and spreadsheets and a VA who's had experience in sales or being a DM setter or doing the outreach VA role before. So we make sure that we've got a talent pool of hundreds of these outreach VAs to make sure our clients get the best talent in the market. Now, when it comes to interviewing, you basically just need to ask basic questions that are going to test their competence and gain their experience. For us, we give all of our clients a training document that details exactly what they should do so that they can make this perfect hire, and gives them all of the training as well through training videos. It takes them about a day from being hired to fully understand their role and start doing it. We show them how to pick out the best profiles, what to look at, and how to qualify a profile and only message qualified leads so that you don't have an inbox flooded of shit leads. In terms of the job offer, you always offer a trial period, for example, 1 week of training followed by a month-to-month contract, and you emphasize flexibility. So, give them Sundays off. Be nice. In terms of payment, you're going to use Wise, the online payment application, to pay them all, because usually they are from third world countries. And in terms of documentation, make sure that you have like a big hiring document with all of the people that you speak to so that you can always remember how many people that you've gone through. Now, in terms of onboarding, obviously, like I said, we sort out the onboarding for our clients, but for yourself, you need to have an onboarding call. You need to have training showing, who you are, what it is you do, and the types of ICP and people that you want to attract onto your page. You need to give them the necessary resources to track everything, like Excel sheets, trackers to count how many people they message, and like an end of day form so that you can make sure that they are doing the work day in, day out. And then obviously you need to give them access to your Instagram account, let them log in, and make sure your communication is dialed in so you can speak to them day in, day out. And again, this is the 10K a month virtual training doc that you would be giving to your clients, and the one that we use for all of our clients. So once you've hired them, onboarded them, you obviously need to make sure they perform by managing them. Make sure you do enforce the end of day form. Make sure you engage them every single day in the chat, like talking 4 or 5 times a day. You need to be just sending them quick little messages. Make sure you get them to give you constant updates when they start messaging, when they finish messaging. Every time they engage with someone who's booked a call, they need to drop that in the chat just so you know, and give them some sort of bonus along the way. We pay all of our outreach VAs a flat monthly fee of $250 a month, and then also give them $10 for each call or conversation that they start, that leads into a call being booked. But again, that bonus isn't necessary. We just do that because we believe in paying people as much as possible. You can get this outreach VA in your business for around about $200 a month, and they will be sending out anywhere from 75 to 125 messages per day, generating you a shit ton of calls. Even if you want it on the lower end and you want to try and get it cheaper, for example, the outreach VA would be sending 75 messages a day, 6 days a week, for 4 weeks in a month. That would equal 1,800 messages for $250. Do you know how many calls you're going to book if you had 1,800 messages being sent out to your audience? This isn't people who don't know you exist. It's only people who follow, who like, who comment, who engage with your story. This is called warm outbound. not cold outbound. It's completely different when you have this volume of messages going out to your warmer audience. And that's it. That is the full strategy of the Outreach VA that we have in every single one of our clients' profiles. And if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you and congratulations. I hope that you can implement everything I've given you today and go and scale your online coaching business. However, if you'd like to work with us, then if you're in any of these situations where you're maybe just starting out as an online coach and you're feeling lost, maybe you've built your audience but you can't monetize it, or you're just struggling to consistently grow your fitness coaching business because getting leads is impossible, you don't charge high prices, you're not working with dream clients, you're stuck with nightmare clients, maybe you've hit a plateau, or every month you're chasing new content, new virality, and new clients, then all you simply need to do is head over to my Instagram page and DM me the word partner, and that's it. I'll personally reach out with you, have a conversation with you, and if everything seems good, who knows, potentially we can work together if I think you'd be a good fit for us. But that's everything for this video. The 10K a month Outreach and Nurture VA fully broken down. And again, if you want it done for you, hit up my Instagram and we can talk about working together. But you have all the tools that you need in this video to go and do it yourself. So go and take action and go and make your 10K per month as an online fitness coach. Thank you for watching, guys. Zidane over and out. Peace.